lied and said that I got her pregnant when I didn't. And then you thought 3 years later, police that makes the same allegations again. We are better than you again, period.
Fresh and Fit is the absolute worst self-improvement channel out there today. At best, they're a mean-spirited, bottom-of-the-barrel alpha male podcast. At worst, Fresh and Fit are lying, hypocritical fraud. Their content has always been delirious and desperate, but somehow, they keep finding ways to get worse. From copyright striking any creator criticizing them to apparently impregnating an escort and refusing to take accountability. We'll be looking into the kings of the double standard. Fresh and Fit blew up around the time when the internet demanded alpha male content. Their shtick was to invite street women to the show, humiliate them, and kick them off as some sort of show of masculinity.
Anyway, to finish my point, men that are of a higher status, they will definitely date a girl below them financially and socially. Make no mistake about it, you mentioned Beyonce and Jay-Z. That's a good point. But don't forget that Jay-Z cheated on her and she didn't leave. What does that tell you? She didn't leave because
she's just not a cheater.
No. It's
okay.
Because
all that
all right, you gotta go, man. You gotta go.
Right,
you gotta go. You're wild.
Damn.
Wait, why she gotta go? Why she gotta go?
She's
we're not looking crazy anything.
Yeah, you are.
Y'all don't want. No, we're not.
Y'all gonna get out. Y'all gonna get out.
And no, I will like my waiver before I. You're not gonna do shit.
It's happened so many times at this point that it doesn't even work as a drama anymore. There is no way that they didn't know ahead of time that these ladies that they bring on won't disagree hardcore with them as they straight up insult them to their faces. But if all Fresh and Fit was clout chasing drama farmers, people wouldn't hate them so much. It has a lot more to do with just how delusional these two guys are.
And except you, fuck out of here. Because when I was 18 years old, playing fucking Halo, figuring out my life, no been taking me. So now that I'm up, you're down, fuck that shit. I'm gonna exercise the leverage. You wanna be with a guy like me? You need to be at your fucking prime.
Myron and Walter prop up their show by arguing with the women they bring onto it. What's pathetic about that is that they don't even manage to win most of the arguments, despite the girls often being much younger and, unfortunately, not as smart as they are. One time when a girl puts forward the idea that some men are intimidated by successful women, Myron claps back by asserting that it's not intimidating, it's just annoying. And apparently if a woman is successful, she becomes a man, and a man doesn't want a woman who's like a man.
So men are intimidated by successful women.
It's not that they're intimidated, it's that women that make money and are successful are annoying most of the time. That's what they don't want to tell you.
Very combative.
Because women that are successful act like men. And men don't want to date themselves. If I wore heels, right, and put lipstick on once a week, you probably wouldn't date me, right?
It's such a terrible argument. He's literally comparing a woman having a job to a man being a cross-dresser. The logic is so bad that everyone on the panel is literally laughing at him. It's a very common Fresh and Fit L, in fact. In another example, Myron says this during a discussion about body count.
Let me ask you another question then. One more time. Another dream scenario to make so this all makes sense. Let's say you go to a fortune teller. That man of your dreams, you find out 5 years from now, he's gonna be broke. No ability to provide security for
Alcoholic.
you. He's gonna become an alcoholic. Would you stay with him now that you're armed with this information?
No.
Fantastic. Women are interested in a man's future. A man is interested in a woman's past.
You can tell from the smug look on his face that he actually believes he's made some massive point here. As if to say anybody armed with that information, man or woman, would knowingly commit to that relationship. He's trying to force this divide in ideology where women only care about the future and men only care about the past, when in reality it could go either way. They say delusional things like this all the time, like when they claim that having sex with other women isn't cheating.
If you are giving him everything he asked for and he still cheats, so what's the explanation there?
We
Well,
told
once
you
again-
already, men don't cheat, they just
All
have
right.
sex.
Yeah, that's cheating.
All right, so
Having
that's
sex is cheating. You putting your
It's
heart
not.
into
Hold on,
somebody
Chris.
else is cheating.
No,
Like,
it's not.
It's nothing short of hypocritical behavior from Myron. He's supposed to be this messiah who teaches young men how to pick up women and rack up their own body count. But in reality, all he does is pick up girls from sugar daddy sites, or even in strip clubs. And if that doesn't work, he just resigns to outright blackmailing the girls that want to come onto his show.
So you go in the strip club and you don't spend any money.
No.
But we
Did
still
you-
respect though.
Point being, ladies, is that number one, at
Not
strip
really,
clubs,
but okay.
there's other girls there that aren't dancers. You can talk to them. That's number one. Number two,
The moment you pay, you
But
become a
they're-
customer.
Their time is money though. Like they're
half of the time they're faking it.
So you go over there, you look at the females, and do you mind your business? Do you get involved, or is it strictly
Do you know
business?
what these 4 letters stand for? PAMP. All right, I'm done. All right, cool.
This guy's boring.
No, but honestly, like
They're just trying
like,
to not give anybody else
there is a
their
way
money.
you can actually go to a strip club, not burn your whole wallet by paying anything, and still add value to the girls in there.
You're not gonna tell us how to get women in a strip club because you
I'm
don't
not telling
understand.
Walter, aka Fresh on the other hand, isn't any better. For all his talk about having game, he simped pretty hard for a girl he met on a sugar daddy website.
Wait a second. 22, still in college. Ooh.
Why do you think she's interested in you?
Ask her.
I was gonna say, can I answer this?
Of course.
I feel like the first day that I met you, having that genuine conversation on the boat, like
On the yacht. On the boat.
see, I am a very big personality person. So if he came up to me and he just came and was like, "Hey, let me get your number," that's a no from me. And then like at that moment, he texted me and he was like,
either
"Hey,
go
do you
ride
guys?"
with scooters or get on the yacht. Let's talk about it.
And he's right. I'm not a materialistic person at all. I could be if I wanted to. I don't care about that. Like, my dream car is a Honda Civic. Like, I don't. There's nothing about me materialistic.
You said he invited you out before. Why you didn't go before? Hold on.
I was always busy, or like I was pretty new.
yacht, you were busy for the yacht,
I was
right?
living.
Wait.
No.
You see what your problem is? You think that because I have clout, everyone wants me for clout. However, for you, that's true. For me, it's not. I actually have game, bro, right? That being said, hold on. That being said, right, bro?
Not gay.
Your experience, right, with girls is tainted because you want to see it for clout.
He has absolutely no game. His most viral moment on the internet is him basically lying that he slept with over 1,000 women.
No cap. Ready for it? It's over 1,000.
There's no way that this guy has slept with anything close to 100 girls, let alone 1,000. It's such an unbelievably stupid lie. You can tell he expected it to impress the girl sitting next to him there. Fresh in particular seems to just lie for credibility in general, like when he told a story about his encounter with an NBA player.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top tier guy, high value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends, and he says, "Yo, bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight?" And I told him, "Look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot." And then he's like, "Yo, bro, are you on Instagram?" I was like, "Perfect, yeah, I am." So I give him my Instagram, and lo and behold, he followed me. He said, "Wait, you know this chick?" So he pulls up this girl's profile, because you can see who's following someone that you just added from like the following list. I was like, "Yeah, I know her, bro. I used to like do her back in the day." He's like, "Damn, that's my shorty want to come in town." So basically, we were smashing the same chick. So he's like, "Yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party like the next day. Come through, I got you." All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected. And funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It's crazy, you know? Like I was saying, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high value men and run the same circles, right? I'm at his mansion party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, "Yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party with this much girls compared to guys." So I'm like, "Yo, how's this gonna work?" He says to me, "Yo, come through, bro." So he's like, "Yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you." I was like, "3 that I want? Is it like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it." So I was like, "Yo, like her. He goes talks to him, calls him over, and I kid you not, "I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing." I'm like, "What the heck? Is it that easy?" So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick, they were mad cool, and legit guys, I gotta have a threesome with them, but I was like, "Yo, this is crazy." Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, "Yo, this is too much for me."
Fresh wanted you to believe that not only did he randomly bump into an NBA player at a party, but that this NBA player was asking him for directions, taking his Instagram and checking his follower list, only to then find out that they both had the same woman. And finally, this NBA player, who previously had no connections to the point that he had to ask a random stranger at the bar for directions, was able to send 3 girls to him for a foursome. The lie was so insane that even Charlie had to make a video covering it.
I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
Both Myron and Walter never accept any accountability, ever. In fact, they respond to criticism by abusing the copyright system. They've repeatedly tried to take down Jamari, Abba and Preach and other channels who dared criticize them over their clownish behavior. These alpha males will preach to women on their show about how girls are too emotional when they're the ones who get ultra sensitive anytime they're criticized.
Spine, and that's the reason why a lot of you motherfuckers are fat, triple chin, neck bearded, pieces of shit, fucks with no money, and no one respects you because you motherfuckers stand for nothing. If I stand with fresh, I die with fresh. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. You, oh shit, it's getting shaky. I'm gonna leave. I got 20 real estate properties so I can tell motherfuckers, you, my net worth is over 6 million and I get money residually. I don't fuck do this shit, and I don't need to fuck out my soul. I stand with my friends, period. Alright? Some motherfuckers need to get up, spawn you jellyfish, SpongeBob, in a pineapple house, pieces of shit. It pisses me off how soft all you motherfuckers are, bro. It's ridiculous. You motherfuckers stepped in the gym in 3 weeks trying to tell me how to be loved to my friends. I'm not going anywhere. Alright? I'm telling you, fuck you.
Myron likes to act tough and challenge whoever offends him to a fight. Both Myron and Walter famously challenged Preach to a fight after they were made fun of on Preach. Preach was more than happy to take them both on.
Want to talk shit? Come back in the studio. We'll talk about it, or we can box about it too. Cause I'm in the gym now. You feel me? I'm feeling nice right now. I'm wired right now.
3 months to box or Preach, bro. That's what's a box or Preach,
bro. So you know what? Come back to Miami. Let's box it out. Talk it out too. How about that?
In 3 months, though.
And later on in the video, you're saying that you want to box with me. Sort of happened that I'm gonna be in the U.S. next week. You want to do this shit? Let's go, both of you. I'll be in U.S. next fucking week.
Hold up.
Let's go. We'll put gloves on. Because not only this, that's why I have a problem. Now you talking about my wife?
This Preach is married, prior to a fucking beluga whale somewhere. And y'all niggas talking shit.
And you talking about my country. Old said that he was about to send me on a boat to my country, to Haiti. Yeah? Cool. Next week, I'll be in the States. I'll drop by your fucking studios. You know where it is? Give me the address. I'll be right there. We'll put gloves on. It'll be legal. I know Florida laws. I take one, then I take the other one.
So after talking tough on their podcast and challenging Preach, they of course refused to take up Preach when he reached out to accept, and being the cowards that they are, they continued to challenge other people to a fight, including Abba.
In the fucking Honda 2002, I'm going to the fucking gym, I'm putting the gloves on, beat the shit out of you, man. That's what we're gonna do.
I have his phone number.
Call his ass on air.
Let me call him?
Call him.
I'm calling.
Watch him duck it, man.
Come pick up, bro.
Hell no, you ain't gonna pick up.
Oh, bad. I'm just calling, but not picking up.
Call again. Put the gloves on. Back up what you gotta say with your fists. Man, the amount of coke that you guys get for Abba running away from his own fights, I don't know Preach. I've never met him in my life. We call him on air 2 times. We're calling this on air.
Well, first and foremost, I never challenged them. I accepted. There's a difference. They challenged me. And when I accepted, there was nothing on the line. We tried to contact you, nothing. Duds. I said both of y'all. Both of y'all. The one that initially said it, and you. And for some reason, now all of a sudden, you want to take him. It's me you targeted. Why all of a sudden you don't have a problem with me when I initially accepted? You see how fucking weird that is? How corny that is?
Fresh and Fit are just cowards who like to feel powerful by talking down on women and men who don't believe the same things they do. In reality, they're delusional cowards. Their own antics and conspiracy theories got their channel demonetized. However, they responded by playing the victims and crying on live stream.
Saving children, right? That was great, but saving you guys is better.
They send false DMCA strikes to YouTubers who criticize them, they'll talk down and abuse women, and they'll even go as far as to being racist to Abba and Preach. But when YouTube finally decides to punish them, they take zero accountability. They rather just blame the Matrix for trying to shut off their free speech. And yet they still haven't changed anything about the way they make content. Just a few months ago, Myron was invited to a middle ground debate between fat guys and fit guys, and on that brief cameo, he said more of his controversial, edgy opinions.
And I think we need to go back to shaming fat people. We need to go back to making fun of them. I mean, if I was president, hell, I'd put all of them in a fat concentration camp so they can concentrate on dieting and exercising, because being fat is completely not acceptable. Fat people bring a big...
Fresh, on the other hand, is way worse. The truth about Fresh is that when he's not lying or telling ridiculous stories, he's just boring and uninspiring. A listener on the podcast even called in on the show to criticize him directly to his face.
I've been watching your show for a while, and I believe that you could relegate Fresh's contribution to the podcast to 4 buttons on your stream deck. You know, the hate that Fresh gets, it's kind of warranted. You know, I want to say that Fresh, you do ride on Myron's coattails. You know, you can't really have a show without Myron. You could have the show without you, though. I mean, all you need is like a mannequin with a black trash bag over it. Myron just programmed like 4 buttons. The first button to be like, "So ladies." You can have other people that commonly come in and rotate whatever. But just people that actually like can match your energy, man. I just feel like he just sits there like a bump on a log, man, and he waits to end the show.
Well, I talk a lot.
No, that's fine. The thing is, you got a lot to say, and I'm not saying that you just don't waste time, man. But I feel like whenever Fresh says something, it's just like, okay, let's hit the stop clock. Fresh could be behind the scenes, though. That's what I'm saying. I think that one show where you had Chris in his place, way better. Hey, y'all, I know you guys like rag on Chris, but Chris is way funnier than Fresh.
Okay.
That's not even an opinion. That's an objective fact.
Look, I didn't try to be funny.
That's not the important part.
No,
The important part is your contribution to the podcast.
You're trying to be funny, but you don't know what I do. And actually, I'm going to brag about it on the show.
Nobody knows what you do. That's the thing. You have a T-shirt that says "Nobody knows what I do."
Exactly, but
I think that's like the best meme in the world because
Caller,
it's like you actually you get it.
Why do I have to explain what I do to you?
Well, the thing is, what you do should be self-evident. What you produce should be self-evident. You shouldn't have to prove yourself to anybody. Myron doesn't have to prove anything to us.
After getting roasted on his own show, things got worse for Fresh. Like, far worse. Recently, Fresh was involved in a scandal where he allegedly got an escort pregnant and he didn't want the baby. He lied multiple times, first claiming that the lady wasn't his girlfriend.
On a live stream today, he said that you were never his girl.
He said that?
I made a statement on my vlog and on the show multiple times. And I said, this is a matter of fact, guys, look it up if you want to. I said, if a girl's on camera with me, she is what? Not my girl. Just keep that in mind. If I bring a girl on camera, she's not my girl. You never see my girl because I know what happens when you bring a girl on the internet. I'll learn from experience. That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, this was a great trip. Happy to see my lovely Asian queen again. But you know, as time passes, we must say farewells for a short period of time until she comes back. So can't wait to see her back here in Miami. I brought her. No, I don't.
When Abba and Preach interviewed the girl in question, they uncovered chats and information that proved Fresh wasn't baby trapped. He deliberately did nothing to avoid this exact situation.
You did a pregnancy test? She says, yeah, my period just came and 5 days ahead, so you play a good game. Okay, what game? This game on bed. I'm confused. Don't worry, we all are. I don't think anybody understood what she meant. And she goes, just kidding. I meant you are safe, just letting you know. Next time you won't be so lucky. What is that saying?
I'm not having a baby.
I'm having your baby.
Yeah.
Next time you're not going to be so lucky. And what does he write? Oh, I wasn't worried. I didn't want to pull out anyway. But that's good that you got your period. So you're being a... She's not too happy about it. I didn't reject you because I don't mind being pregnant with your baby. She's being direct.
Yeah.
She's telling him, and all he says is, no, I'm saying I like you a lot, and once you're happy, I'm happy. So can you understand why she's confused? He refusing to pull out, busting inside them sugar walls. And now all of a sudden he's been trapped? He don't want to be a dad? You have decided that you were not going to pull out of her. So you're not going to pull out of fatherhood.
Then we find out that Fresh did in fact buy expensive jewelry for this girl, but lied about it when a fan called in to point it out.
I'm about to get Fresh on this one too. So Fresh, you gave an extremely expensive Von Cleef bracelet, which are worth up to 30K, to a Chinese escort you had just met. Now Fresh, you claim that you didn't give her the gift. That's what you claim.
Show me the proof.
But the escort says that you did.
Look at her page in detail. What does she have on there? Multiple gifts. From herself, by the way, or from her ex. Whatever she does for her money, bro, is up to her. So to put that on me, just because you want to say, oh, Fresh is a simp, wrong.
So you didn't buy it?
Fresh, so can you
No, you're just trying to say that he bought the bracelet. He didn't buy the bracelet.
And
No, it's not true. He paid half and I paid half. Like I said, how much? Around 30K. Well, first I still have the conversation. I told him, what's the issue if you tell everyone you bought me the bracelet? Like, why can't you tell everyone? Why can't you speak the truth? Like, why are you like pretending it, like hiding it? But then he was like, don't say it. He just told me to shut up.
It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal. It's a big deal to them.
Things got a lot worse in the following episode of Fresh and Fit, where they brought on a lawyer to try and address the pregnancy drama. Because no one could trust Fresh to address the allegations in an intelligent way, the lawyer basically had to teach Fresh how to say no comment and shut up about the situation before he makes things worse.
Two words, my friend, that are not in your vocabulary currently, and they haven't been for years, and it's the reason why you're successful. But you need to repeat those two words after me, so let's practice together right now. Ready? No.
No.
Comment.
Oh, comment. Okay. Okay.
No.
No.
Comment.
Comment. All right.
Okay, so you've got to learn to say that.
Wait.
And it's really unfortunate because I know you are dying to talk about many of the things, many of the counter narrative, the facts as opposed to the fictions.
Yeah. It's almost like the Fresh and Fit guys are a bunch of 5-year-olds who need to be handheld and taught how to keep their mouth shut and prevent self-harm. These two alpha males spend more time embarrassing themselves than they do teaching young men any usable advice on women. Whether they like women or not is not even questionable. They seem to exclusively want to humiliate them or straight up harm them, which is precisely why they keep taking L's and losing their platforms. The truth is, Fresh and Fit will eventually fade into obscurity if they don't stop being deluded, corny liars.